Imagine this. You're sitting in your living room in northern Mexico, sipping coffee, scrolling through your phone, and then boom, the sky opens up and a US drone has just struck what the Pentagon claims was a cartel convoy. No warning, no announcement, and no permission from Mexico. Well, that might not be fiction for long. President Donald Trump, in a move that would shake up international norms, is reportedly considering military drone strikes on Mexican soil, targeting drug cartels without necessarily getting Mexico's blessing. Now, let's be clear. Drug cartels are a massive problem. They're powerful, violent, and yes, they're flooding the US with fentanyl. But here's the question. Can the US legally drop bombs in another sovereign country without permission? Spoiler alert, not really. Under international law, specifically the UN Charter, you cannot use force inside another country's borders unless that country invites you to. Or you're responding to an armed attack and it's in self-defense. Mexico has made it very clear. No foreign military action on its soil. So if Trump were to go ahead with this idea without Mexico's approval, it would be a breach of international law. And not a small one. We're talking about the kind of breach that can land countries in front of the UN Security Council. Not that Trump cares about that. And remember, we've seen this kind of logic before. Preemptive strikes, justified under fighting terrorism. Sound familiar? Iraq, anyone? If the US were to send drones into Mexico, it could destroy US-Mexico relations overnight. Mexico is not Afghanistan. It's not Yemen. It's a democratic neighbor, a trading partner, and the top source of migrant crossings. A country we depend on for everything from avocados to car parts. Now imagine this scenario. Mexico pulls its cooperation on border security. Trade routes freeze up. Mass protests erupt, both in Mexico and across Latin America. It might not stop with just a protest. You could be looking at retaliatory moves, or worse, escalating violence in the borderlands that spills both ways. Then there's the military risk. Let's say a drone strike misses, which happens more often than we'd like to admit, and hits civilians or Mexican police. Now you've got a diplomatic incident and a humanitarian crisis, and guess who benefits? Not the US, but every anti-American actor in the region, from cartels to foreign adversaries. And what's Trump's play? That he'll clean up the cartels with predator drones while skipping the part where you need international permission, rules of engagement, and actual strategy. This is bigger than just one strike. It's about precedent. If the US starts using drones in friendly nations without consent, what's to stop China from doing the same in Taiwan? Or Russia and Georgia? It erodes the very idea of sovereignty. Trump's drone strike idea isn't just reckless, it's a test. A test of how far one man is willing to go to solve a real problem with a wildly illegal and dangerously unpredictable solution. The question is, will Americans and the world stop him before the drones take flight? Like and subscribe to stay up to date.